Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to the New Look Quarantine quiz here on YouTube. So I've been playing since the beginning of this quarantine with various things that I can do to make the quiz more interesting, get it to a wider audience, make it easier for people to share over long distance. I've got some team names coming in now. That's brilliant. Oh dear, Stephen Hawkins School for Dance, like that one. I've got the Quaranteam. I've got I Like Turtles. And I've got Team Mike Cox Long. Wonderful. Which brings me to a little disclaimer. If you're letting your kids watch and take part in this quiz, I will do my best not to swear. I cannot take any responsibility for people's quiz names, team names, and if I get up and stub my toe or something, I may let a swear word slip. So let little ones watch at your own risk. Doing it a little bit later. So other team names I've got coming in. Other team names I've got coming in. I've got Quenti Quarantino. And I've got Win or Lose We Booze here tonight. I've also just a quick shout out to Win or Lose We Booze, as they've given me the idea for the theme quiz for Saturday. So we are doing a movies quiz on Saturday. Sheep. There is a different number that is popping up on the screen every couple of minutes. If you can send your answers there, please. So for those who know me quite well, yes, I now have a third mobile number. I've got Raging Horn just come in as well. I now have a third mobile number. For those who don't know me that well, I'm not a drug dealer, nor am I a serial bigamist. Promise. So tonight I have 5 rounds for you as part of the new look as well. I'm trying to keep Tuesday to a familiar format. So every week we will have a picture round, followed by a Corona free-ish news. I love to do completely free of coronavirus, but unfortunately everything in the news is coronavirus at the moment. So I've tried to stick to the happier things that have come out of this lockdown as opposed to the negative. We will then do a Fun Fortunes round, which will be 2 questions, and again 5 points each. 5 answers for each of those 2 questions. Fourth round is always going to be a connections round. So a bit of potluck in the questions, but there will be a common link between them that you'll identify for question 10. And then the 5th one will be a random round thrown in each week with a random little theme. Tonight's is alcohol. I've got to get used to looking at the camera instead of all around multiple different screens that I'm using about 3-4 different programs at the moment to get this up and running. I will get used to it, I promise. So shortly, the bar behind me is going to get inundated with 10 Adult Swim characters. So characters from Adult Swim shows. I want you to name the 10 characters, please. I don't want you to name the shows they're from. I just want the characters' names. And as per usual, there will be bonus points for those who get it in the quickest. So as soon as you've identified as many of them as you can, send them in. If you're going to Google tonight, please do just avoid sending me your answers. And if you're playing at home tonight, good luck. Okay, so without further ado, I'll introduce you to my 10 guests this evening. Good luck, and I will leave you to it. I will return at approximately past. Sorry, I'll have all your answers in latest past, please. I'll return as quickly as I can after that once I've marked your answers. Thank you very much, folks. See you shortly. Okay, folks, so that is round one. I think 5 was literally the highest score we had on that one. So Adult Swim may have been a bit of a misfire on the old thing. To be honest, I can't name them all, other than the fact I had to research them. So, I should have all your answers. Before I go through the answers, let me just go through the teams I've got so that anyone who thinks they may have sent it to the wrong place has a quick chance to jump in with some answers. I have Quaranteam, Stephen Hawkins School of Dance, Sheep, I Like Turtles, Raging Horn, Quenti Quarantino, Win or Lose We Booze, Graham's Bitches, Mike Cox Long, and Useless Eustace. Actually, something I did mean to mention at the beginning, but Graham's Bitches did it anyway. If you create a little group of people and then add the quarantine to it, you can give me your team name as the name of the group. And it makes it a lot easier when marking, to be fair. But don't worry if it's not possible. And that way you can chop and change who's your scribe round in, round out as well, if someone needs to disappear shortly. Okay, so answers for that round, and let's try the whole workout because I'm dealing with weird green screen stuff. Okay, so first of all we had, no, that's the wrong way. In the Italian tie, that's Jimmy Pesto over there. Then even further over, you got Mr. Poopy Butthole from Rick and Morty. Down there, you got Master Shake from Aquatine Hunger Force. This guy here is Harvey Birdman, attorney at law. Down the bottom, we've got Joe Swanson from Family Guy. Literally behind my head is Hayley Smith from American Dads. Dog in the corner, we've got Mr. Pickles. Green thing above my head is Mooncake. This guy here is, he's from Final Space. Aku is a villain, I believe, in Samurai Jack. And then this green dude up here is, and I apologise to any anime fans that I'm going to pronounce this completely wrong, but Izuku Midoriya from My Hero Academia. I think that's everyone. Master Shake, Hayley Smith, Harvey Birdman, Mr. Pickles, Aku. Yeah, right, wonderful. So the team who scored highest on that one was in fact Stephen Hawking's School of Dance with 5 whole points. So 50% is the highest score I gave there. If anyone's thinking, oh, I got more than that, I only gave half a point for Joe and Hayley. I gave the full point for Joe Swanson and Hayley Smith. And again, I remind you, whether I'm right or wrong, my answers are correct. Okay, so second round tonight, hopefully be slightly more successful. We have the Corona-free news round. Free-ish. So, 10 questions, all about things that are going on recently. I may have had to go a little bit further back than this week, but I've tried to keep it as recent as possible. Okay, so round 2, question number 1. Last Friday, the White House barred foreign chip manufacturers who use American software and technology from making products available to which mobile phone manufacturer? Question 1 again. Last Friday, the White House barred foreign chip manufacturers who use American software and technology from making products available to which phone manufacturer? Invisible can. Question number 2. Taylor Swift's City of Lover concert was made available on Disney Plus yesterday for a limited time, but what city was it recorded in? That's number 2. Taylor Swift's concert City of Lover was made available on Disney Plus yesterday for a limited time, but in which city was it recorded? Question number 3. To honour healthcare workers, what was used in Rotterdam last week to produce a beating heart? That's number 3. To honour healthcare workers, what was used in Rotterdam last week to create a beating heart? Question number 4. Group F Maintenance Company have been using some unusual equipment to reunite families with their elderly relatives in high-rise care homes in Belgium. What is it? What's the equipment? That's number 4. Group F Maintenance Company have been using some unusual equipment to reunite families with their elderly relatives in high-rise care homes in Belgium. What equipment is it? Also, folks, if you need anything repeated, I have kept the old WhatsApp chat up on my desktop, so if you do need something repeated, just ping over a little message there. Wider group would be even more useful because you get someone else to ping that message whilst you're scribing. Okay. Question number 5. Not everything is delayed in lockdown. What musical movie is set for release on Disney Plus in July, a year earlier than planned? That's number 5. Not everything is delayed in lockdown. What musical movie is set for release on Disney Plus in July of this year, a year earlier than planned? Question number 6. As of Saturday, there had been no reported deaths caused by what in New York City for 58 consecutive days. That's number 6. As of Saturday, there had been no reported deaths caused by what in New York City for 58 consecutive days. Scary that was reported as unusual. Number 7. What online show has gone on a hiatus after its 8th episode, which went on air Sunday? It was literally created in lockdown. That's number 7. Which online show went on hiatus after its 8th episode went live on Sunday? Question number 8. Probably not the last company in hospitality to do so in these horrible times. Yesterday it was reported that which hospitality company failed to appoint administrators? That's number 8. Probably not the last company in hospitality to do so. But yesterday it was reported that which company failed to appoint administrators? Question number 9. The cast community reunited to do a table read of an episode yesterday, but which Game of Thrones alum joined them to play Mr. Stone? That's number 9. The caster community reunited for an online table read, but which Game of Thrones alum joined them to play Mr. Stone? And finally for this round, question number 10. Which singer's new album, How I'm Feeling Now, has been released over 5 weeks in isolation? Which singer's new album, How I'm Feeling Now, has been released slowly over 5 weeks in isolation? Okay, that's your 10 questions for the news round. There was a slight delay between me talking to you and it appearing on YouTube. It's quite weird watching the delay go between 3 different screens. Incoming the first question, first lot of answers just now. I will give you until 5-2 to get those answers into me, please. And then I will be back as quickly as I can afterwards, after marking your answers. Right, hello folks. Should have all your answers in now. If I haven't, if you could get them in, well, now. Send what you got. The only team I seem to be missing is Mike Coxlong. Yeah, that's absolutely fine, Antonia. No problem at all. I've added you in. Okay. No sign of typing there. I think we may have lost them. Or didn't know any for that round. One or the other. A fairly mixed bag of results in that round. 6.5 being the highest for Quenti Quarantino. Okay, so we'll go through the answers for that round. Last Friday, the White House barred foreign chip manufacturers from supplying Huawei, which means I'm buggered because that's both my phones, one of my watches, my scales. So all that may stop working soon. Taylor Swift's City of Lover concert was made available on Disney Plus. It was recorded in Paris, City of Love. To honour healthcare workers, Rotterdam produced a beating heart made of drones. The maintenance company using unusual equipment to reunite relatives was using cranes. Anything, if you put something down that's along that vein, whether it be cherry picker, crane, I gave you the point for. Number 5, not everything delayed in lockdown. The movie that is coming out nearly a year early is Hamilton. I think only one team got that right, so well done if that was you. As of Saturday, no reported deaths caused in New York by pedestrians getting hit by cars. More people inside, less cars on the road. No one's been run over, apparently. Number 7, John Krasinski's Some Good News was the show that's now gone on hiatus. If you haven't watched any of it, to be fair, I've not watched it, but I did watch the 8th episode today. Quite amazing how far and wide that spread in 8 episodes with so many people getting involved. I think the reason he's taken a step back is everyone's doing it now and doing it well. So, yeah, good for him. Taking a break. Hopefully he'll be back at it, though. Number 8, the latest company in hospitality to file or to appoint administrators was Casual Dining Group. The cast of Community reunited for an online table read. Game of Thrones alum that joined them was Pedro Pascal. I did take Oberyn Martell as your answer. I also took Viper, as I didn't really specify I wanted the actor's name. So I gave you the benefit of the doubt on that one. Singer's new album, How I'm Feeling Now, is by Charlie XCX. Okay, so that was round 2. Scores currently, I won't tell you who's got what, but scores are varying from 5 points up to 11 points. So everything's still to play for. As we move on to our third round. So our third round tonight is a Fun Fortunes round. There will be no bonus points for how quickly you get your answers in here, because actually I want you to have a bit of banter with who you're playing with, or some ideas that you can knock around to figure out where you want to put what answers. So how it works, I give you 2 questions. Each question you're going to give me 5 answers for. So for instance, if I said name something you put on your head, you could say hat, you might wig. You'd come up with 5 different answers for things that go on your head. My answers are based on a survey of a number of people that were asked these questions. And the way you will get a bonus point in this one is if you get the top answer as your first answer. Okay. So 5 answers for each of these questions. So whether you number it 1 to 10 or 1A, 1B, 1C, do what you like. Just so long as I get 10 answers, 5 for each question. Question number 1. Sticking with Game of Thrones. Name a country in which Game of Thrones was filmed. That's your first question. Name a country in which Game of Thrones was filmed. So coming up with 5 answers to that question. The one that you think is going to have been said by most people, put as your first answer to get a bonus point. And then the second question for tonight's Fun Fortunes round is name someone that uses hand signals. That's number 2. Name someone that uses hand signals. Okay, the time now is just gone 9:05. I would like all your answers in. I'll give you till 17 minutes past. I will then be back shortly after that once I have marked all of your answers. And we'll move on to our 4th round, which will be connections. Good luck, folks. Okay, folks, that's round 3 over and done and marked. Some higher scores coming in there than in the previous rounds. Along with a couple of bonus points for people who put the top ones in the top places. So, let's get straight into some answers for that round. Countries where Game of Thrones was filmed, for 2 points if you put it in the top spot, 1 point everywhere else. Northern Ireland. Then you could have had 1 point also for Morocco, Iceland, Spain and USA, in any order. Okay, and then number 2, someone that uses hand signals. The first top answer and 2 points if you put deaf people. I also accepted deaf interpreter, sign language person. Yeah, just because it's not on there anywhere else and it seemed obvious to do so for me. And then you could have had 1 point for each of these others. Police officer, air traffic controller, whether dancing or not quarantine, cyclist and tic-tac man. If I could figure out quite how to do it speedily, I'll show you the GIF I got sent for air traffic controller. I don't know what Tic Tac Man is, to be fair, but it's the correct answer. Anyway, moving swiftly on. Connections round. So we are looking at 10 general knowledge potluck type questions. The 10th question is going to be, what links your first 9 answers? So, question number 1 for round 4. What is the surname of the Welsh designer who created and presented the clothes show for the BBC? It aired 1986, great year, to 2000. That's number 1. What is the surname of Welsh designer who created and presented the clothes show for the BBC? It aired from 1986 to 2000. Question number 2. Who was the reigning monarch in England for the duration of World War I? That's number 2. Who was the reigning monarch in England for the duration of World War I? Question number 3. Spotted eagle, blue spotted ribbontail and thornback are all species of what aquatic creature? That's question 3. Spotted eagle, blue spotted ribbontail and thornback are all species of what aquatic creature? So you about to smack me on the head. Question number 4. What is Australia's largest brand of nuts? That's number 4. What is Australia's largest brand of nuts? Okay. Question number 1 again for Graham's bitches. What was the surname of the Welsh designer who created and presented The Clothes Show for the BBC? It aired from 1986, which was a great year, and ended in 2000. Question number 5. In what film does Robin Williams star as a 10-year-old boy with a condition that makes him look much older? That's number 5. In what film does Robin Williams star as a 10-year-old boy with a condition that makes him look much older? Question number 6. What links an old slang term for an English policeman and a 2006 film directed by Emilio Estevez about the assassination of US Senator Robert F. Kennedy? No, I'm not getting my Roberts and Jeffs mixed up. It is Robert. That's question number 6. What links an old slang term for an English policeman and a 2006 film directed by Emilio Estevez about the assassination of a US Senator Robert F. Kennedy? Question number 7. Which football club was sold to an Abu Dhabi-based consortium in November 2019? That's question 7. Which football club was sold to an Abu Dhabi-based consortium in November 2019? Question number 8. Brown-throated, purple, and house are all species of what type of bird? That's number 8. Brown-throated, purple, and house are all species of what kind of bird? Okay, so Obviously, the 10th question is what links your first 9 answers. So before I read out the ninth answer, the ninth question, sorry, as if people have already got the connection, they will be sending their answers to get the bonus points straight after I've read the ninth. Are there any repeats needed? And of course I have to wait about 30 seconds just to make sure no one messages me any repeats. Okay. I think I'm good. No one seems to be dramatically typing. Right, question number 9. Jägermeister is a popular liqueur in the Firkin and indeed all over the UK. But Jägen is actually the German word for what? Jägermeister is a popular liqueur in the Firkin and indeed all over the UK, but Jägen is actually the German word for what? And then number 10, what links your first 9 answers? Okay, folks, that should be all your answers coming in now. I've got my first 3 teams for the speedy bonus points. I will give you until 21:40. I will reappear shortly after then to do our last round and give you the answers for that one. Thank you very much, folks. See you shortly. Okay, back, folks. I am back. So, got all them in nice and quick for me. Where are we? 21:42. Not too shabby at all. So, they are all marked, which leads me to the answers. And quite a few people did get the link. A few people will a couple of people are probably going to kick themselves for not getting the link. But people I know, don't get me wrong, if I came against this, I wouldn't necessarily get it. But I know a couple of you out there that didn't get it will probably kick yourselves. So, surname of Welsh designer who presented the clothes show was Banks, Jeff Banks. So the link there we were looking for was Banks, and Gordon Banks played for Leicester. Who was the reigning monarch in England during World War II? George V. George Cohen played for Fulham. Spotted eagle, blue spotted ribbontail and thornback are all species of what? They are all species of ray. Ray Wilson played for Everton. What is Australia's largest brand of nuts? Nobbies. Nobby Styles, Man United. In what film Robbie Williams starred as the 10-year-old boy? It was Jack for Jack Charlton, Leeds. The link. What link's an old slang term for British policeman? It's Bobby Moore, West Ham. Which football club was sold to Abu Dhabi-based consortium in November 2019? Charlton Athletic for Bobby Charlton, Man United. Brown-throated purple and house are all species of martin. Martin Peters, West Ham again. Jägermeister. So Jägen is actually German for hunt, for Roger Hunt, Liverpool, who all made up the England 1966 football team. Quite a few people got that, so well done to those who did. Don't worry if you didn't, I don't like sport either. Which leaves us with our last round this evening, which is one of my favourite topics. Alcohol. So definitely something that a lot of people are leaning on during lockdown, and I for one am definitely missing the pub, in case you couldn't tell. So alcohol round, last round of the evening. Question number 1. Traditionally, vodka is made by distilling the liquid from cereal grains or what? That's number 1. Traditionally, vodka is made by distilling the liquid from cereal grains or what? Number 2. What was the number 1 selling real ale in the UK in 2019? That's number 2 again. What was the number 1 selling real ale in the UK in 2019? Question number 3. According to Guinness themselves, how long in seconds does it take to pour the perfect one? That's question number 3. According to the company, how long in seconds does it take to pour the perfect pint of Guinness? Number 4. From which plant, similar to a cactus, is tequila made? That's number 4. From what plant, similar to a cactus, is tequila made? Spoil the magic there. Question number 5. Which drink is also known as the Green Fairy? That's number 5. Which drink is also known as the Green Fairy? Question number 6. If I shake together tequila, Cointreau and lime juice and pour it into a salt-rimmed glass with ice, what cocktail have I made? That's number 6. If I shake together tequila, Cointreau and lime juice and pour it into a salt-rimmed glass with ice, what cocktail have I made? Question number 7. Which gin's distillery was founded in Southwark in 1769? That's question 7. Which brand of gin's distillery was founded in Southwark in 1769? Question number 8. I know at least one team is definitely going to get this right because it came from a conversation with someone. So apologies, I've given a point away already. But if it makes you feel any better, they're not in the running for top place at the moment unless they do really, really well in this round. So, an often tall tale of the death of the original distiller of what drink is that he died from an infection that began in one of his toes, that he injured one morning when he kicked his safe out of anger due to him forgetting the combination. Whew, mouthful. So, an often told tall tale of the death of the original distiller of what drink is that he died from an infection that began in one of his toes, that he injured one morning when he kicked his safe out of anger due to him forgetting the combination. Prove me wrong. Prove me wrong. The landlord or lady or manager are usually the DPS. But what does DPS stand for? That's question 9. The landlord, lady or manager are usually the DPS. But what does DPS stand for? Okay, I've had yeah. You would want 8 repeated, wouldn't you? The biggest mouthful there was. Okay, an often told tall tale of the death of the original distiller of what drink is that he died from an infection that began in one of his toes, that he injured one morning when he kicked his safe out of anger due to him forgetting the combination. Uh, duh, duh, duh. I'm sure I can decipher it if you've gone slightly wrong on your numbers there, Gemma. Don't panic too much. Repeat of 7. 7 was which gin brand's distillery was founded in Southwark in 1769. Okay, so we have one more question for the quiz tonight. Don't think I'm being asked for any more repeats. So, number 10, last question of tonight's quiz. In which wine-making country would you find Chianti? Go! Okay, get all your answers in nice and swiftly for me. If you have got any repeats, give me a shout right now. Otherwise, I will disappear offline to mark them answers that have just come in. I'll tell you what. Fair play to you, Louise. Those extra 3 points bonus for getting your answers in quick may go to prove me wrong. Da, da, da. Brilliant stuff. Okay, folks, I will see you shortly. Okay, folks, I have some results. I have some answers for you. So, we'll go through the answers first, then I will reveal tonight's results. Okay, so traditionally vodka is made from potatoes. The number one selling ale in the UK in 2019 was Doombar. Guinness, and if you've ever bossed me around on a bar and got this wrong, you should be ashamed of yourself. Ashley Dean is 119 seconds. A plant similar to a cactus that tequila's made from is blue agave. The drink that is known as the Green Fairy is absinthe. If I shake together tequila, Cointreau, lime juice, put it in a salt rim glass with ice, is a margarita. The gin brand's distillery founded in Suffolk in 1769. I know how it's pronounced, I just can't do it. Is Gordon's. And often told tall tale of Jack Daniel's death is that he stubbed his toe on a safe. Landlord, landlady or manager, known as DPS. DPS stands for Designated Premises Supervisor. And the winemaking country we were looking for was Italy. Okay, thank you very much for playing tonight. I suppose you all want some results. Unfortunately, we had 10 teams playing tonight. We had a draw in 3rd place and in 4th place, which means 5th, 6th, 7th, 8th. Someone does have to come last, and in 8th place, missing an entire round and playing on their lonesome with 25 points, we have Antonia, which, frankly, come back on Saturday with a team, you're going to be in trouble there. That's a great score on your own. With 27 points, and proof that I have no favourites are my mum and sister, Eustace, with 27 points. Next up, we had Quenti Quarantino on 29.5 points. The rest of the teams all got 30 or above. So in 5th place tonight with 30 points, we had Quaranteam. In 4th place, joint, both on 31 points, we had Raging Horn and I Like Turtles. In joint 3rd place, both on 32 points, we had Graeme's Bitches and Stephen Hawkins' School of Dance. In 2nd place, so not quite proving me wrong, I'm afraid, Louise, we had the Sheeps with 33 points. An amazing score, though. Well done. I nearly ate my words. Which means 1st place tonight goes to Win or Lose We Booze with an astounding 38 points, which is amazing. Thank you all very much for playing tonight. Please give me all the feedback you can ideally over WhatsApp now, if you liked it, if you didn't like it, if you liked the new format and you played the old format, didn't like the new format to the old one, that would be amazing. Like I say, Saturday we will be doing a movies quiz. We will be starting at the slightly later time of 8:30. The stream will still start at 7:45, but the first round of questions will start at 8:30. This is after some feedback about kids in bed. So I'm trying to push it back that little bit without pushing it back too far. If you've got any ideas for rounds, please let me know. If you want to come on here, now this new setup, I can quite easily get a guest speaker. If you want to come on here and do a guest spot for a round, let me know. And we'll get you all set up in Zoom and you can come alongside me. Especially if you're a musician, because now we're all over YouTube. I'm not going to get away with playing songs, so if we've got someone who can actually play songs live, that would be amazing. I'm also going to start trying to raise money for charity through this, so hopefully that'll all start on Saturday as well. A well-worthy charity, St Francis Hospice, quite close to me. Several relatives of mine were given palliative care by these amazing people, and I think it's about time in this lockdown that I start trying to do something for someone else. Thank you very much, folks. Hopefully I'll see you all on Saturday. Spread the word, hit that subscribe button, get me up to 100 so that I can get rid of that horribly long, unpronounceable name on the end of this channel. Thank you very much, folks. Good night.